put that to rest. Otherwise, we can talk about Rick Perry. Right over here.
Not about the movie, but enjoyed your 2 books.
The 2 books. You enjoyed those books, did you? A literary man, are you? Yeah, I'm going to write another book. I'll be touring near you in a couple of years, kind of. I have an announcement, by the way. There's a winner. There's a winner of of a prize. It's the winner of the Splatterfest short film competition. Yeah. And Mike, come on up here and let's explain to the people what the winner's going to get. What do we have here, Mike?
Well, Bruce, we've got the Canon HD Rebel EOS.
Very nice. Very good. It's in full HD, 1080, so your crappy, boring movies can be seen in great high quality. The recipient of this camera, of this high quality Canon Rebel T3i, is Mr. Mark Blitch for his film The Code. Are you here, Mark? Are you here, Mark? Where's Mark?
Okay, so apparently Mark is a pussy, and he doesn't think that he is good enough to commit to the work.
Wow.
So I'm going to get it on his behalf.
I think we should just sell that right here tonight. All right, now we get back to our normal business of answering your same questions I've answered 1,000 times. But that's what we're here for. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you very much.
How did you get the part for Sam?
How did I get the part for Sam Axe from Burn Notice? Thank you for mentioning the #1 show on cable. Thanks for bringing that up. They offered it to me and I accepted it. That's how that happened.
You did a great job.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We just, we're finishing up our last episode of season 5. We have 4 more days of filming, and then we get our little break. And I don't have to do jack shit for several months. But I'm going to work on my buddy Sam Raimi's prequel to The Wizard of Oz. Let's just say that I have a very pivotal scene with James Franco, who's trying to get into Oz. It might not happen. It may or may not happen. That's all I have to say. Because they will kill me. They have a lot of money, and they send people to injure people who talk incorrectly about their movies. So I'm not going to say any more than that. I will be fined $100,000 if I say more. All right. Yes, back there.
How many takes did you need to get the Old Spice commercial?
How many takes did I need? Which one? I did 2 of them. The experience one. Not that many. I know what's happening as an actor. I can read off the teleprompter just like the next guy. So that was fine. And then they called me back for the second one and said, "Can you sing or play the piano?" I said no and no. And they went, "Perfect." So that's how that happened. Yes?
Are you wearing Old Spice now?
Am I wearing Old Spice now? No, they can kiss it because they're not hiring me anymore. So I went back to shit on the stick. Yes, right here.
What's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret in what?
In acting and filmmaking showbiz?
I don't have any regrets.
All right.
Why? What are you going to get out of it? Gee, I should have been in Star Wars. Why? So people could go through your garbage?
What about Serving Sarah?
Serving Sarah, that piece of shit shot in Dallas. Serving Sarah served no one. A quote from the Los Angeles Times, not me. Yes. Sir, stand up with your fancy shirt. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little polyestery. I've seen it up close. Are you from Dallas? I'll speak more slowly.
What is your executive producer for the new Evil Dead?
Yeah, the new Evil Dead. The Evil Dead remake is being done next year. Get over it. It's happening. You'll like it. Sam Raimi handpicked a new director. He's good. He knows what's happening. Hell no, I'm not in it. What are you crazy? I went to audition. Sam Raimi was like, "You're too old. Get out of the room."
There's no laughs without Bruce!
in the remake. So you don't need to worry about any of that. Yeah, it is still Evil Dead, lady, because it's an evil book that does bad shit to you when you do stupid things to it, like read it out loud. So there's going to be 5 new stupid kids that are going to go through the same thing. Yes. You started this mess.
Why do you talk bad about serving Sarah?
Why do I talk bad about serving Sarah?
I like it.
Oh, do you? That's nice. Yeah. Why don't you go home and clean your room? Yes.
Do you have any input in your likeness being used in the Stupid Zombies game for Android?
Did I have any input as to the likeness being used in what movie? What game are you referring to?
Stupid Zombies. You're basically shooting zombies.
Stupid zombies. No, I probably had 0 input, but my lawyer might have some. We'll talk to him about that. Yes.
What was your favorite scene in the Evil Dead to play?
My favorite scene in The Evil Dead to play, the one where Sam Raimi went, "We're done filming all these movies now." That was my favorite. It wasn't a real, those aren't happy times, the Evil Dead movies. They're fun to watch, but not fun to make. Because I have a theory that a movie that's easy to make is hard to watch. Like Serving Sarah, for example. Yes, right here.
So you did a non-license to the filming. So what was your most frustrating moments in filming?
Filming the Evil Dead movies? Evil Dead 2 probably hit a sort of a apex of discomfort. Because I'm supposed to walk around for half the movie with a chainsaw on my arm that's supposed to be going. So Sam Raimi wanted little puffs of smoke to come out like it was running. Well, the only way to do that is to run smoke through a tube that goes to a little smoke machine, and the only way you could get smoke to travel that distance was through tobacco smoke. So they pulled the tubes out of me at the end of the day, and I had 2 streaks of nicotine down my entire body. Yeah, that was a sexy time. I'm basically sleeping with a fly swatter because I had Caro syrup all over me, and the flies would they were on me. You know, like flies on a dead armadillo that I saw on the side of the road today. Like, yep, we're in Texas. There's a dead armadillo. It's true. It's just not a cliche. There are dead armadillos. Yes, sir.
Do you have a most memorable fan that you've ever met?
Most memorable fan. I memorialized the most memorable fan in the movie. My name is Bruce, where he has an encounter with a fan in a wheelchair, who's the meanest man ever. The meanest fan I ever met was in a wheelchair. And I wanted to push that person in front of a bus really bad. So in My Name is Bruce, I did. That's how that rolls. That's how I roll. Yeah, yes. You what?
I have more to see. It's not really a cue.
Okay.
Would you like to take that one with it? I'm joking. My mom thinks you kick ass.
Your mom thinks I kick ass.
She watches Bar Notice with me and everything else.
I see. And where's your mom tonight?
Yeah, she's at home with little Dickens. It was his birthday yesterday. That's my birthday.
I see. I see.
She sends her love.
Tell me more about your personal life. I'll tell your mother hello, and after I'm done with this current marriage, I'll give her a call. But I have enjoyed all my marriages, so it's fun. Give mother a pinch on the ass for me. Yes.
Out of all 3 Spider-Man movies,
Out of all 3 Spider-Man
which
movies,
was like the most enjoyable cameo for yourself?
which was the most enjoyable? They're all pivotal. Let's review, shall we? First Spider-Man, I named Spider-Man. If I wasn't in that movie, this billion-dollar franchise would be called The Human Spider. And it would suck. It wouldn't make any money. Spider-Man 2, seems like a small role as the snooty usher. But I don't let Peter Parker in that theater, do I?
No.
And so technically, I'm the only character who's ever defeated Spider-Man. Part 3, we team up. How many superheroes team up with a regular man? In this case, Peter Parker wants my help in proposing to Mary Jane. I call that pivotal. Do I help him? No, because he was kind of a dick in the first 2 movies. Yes. Yeah, go for you. Yes.
Hey, first, I guess more personal question to you. After making the Evil Dead 1 through 3, Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Which one, after watching them, when they were done, which one do you consider being your most favorite out of them?
Which one do I like the most?
Yes, sir.
I think Evil Dead 2. Because Evil Dead 1, we were just kind of figuring out what the hell we were doing. None of us really knew how to act, and Sam had some pretty cheeseball lines of dialogue that we had to say. We didn't know how to say them, so it all kind of looked funny and weird. But then the movie picks up steam as it goes on, and we all get a little better. Evil Dead 2, we didn't really have much studio involvement. We had a little more money. We knew more what we were doing, and we sort of got into the movie sort of like Splatstick. It's kind of funny carnage and mayhem. And then Army of Darkness, we had a lot of studio problems. So that was kind of a pain in the ass. Because we had to invest a lot of our own money back into it, and they changed it on us, and then we were like, well, we put our own money into it. Well, you can have a little of it back, but we're still going to sort of change it. For like, to what, a happy ending? It's a horror movie. So I think Evil Dead 2, I'd go for that. As far as having the ability to have enough money to do what you want to do. We shot in Waysboro, North Carolina. No one bothered us because it was too hot. We shot in the middle of the summer. Nobody bothered to come and visit. It worked out good. Yes?
I once got pulled over for doing about 10 over in the speed limit.
10 over in a speed limit, you got pulled over, as you should have been, you criminal.
I was actually let go without a ticket, a warning, or anything because the cop happened to be an Evil Dead fan.
The cop was an Evil Dead fan, but what did you have in your car that caused the cop to divulge the fact that he was an Evil Dead fan?
The soundtrack to the Evil Dead the musical.
Evil Dead the musical was playing in your car. He said, I had to drive fast because I was listening to the number, what the fuck was that? Got it. And he went, ma'am, what was that I'm hearing? Is that Evil Dead the musical? I'm Rick Perry's brother, Joe Perry. I'm going to let you go because I like that Evil Dead. My brother doesn't like it much.
My question is, have you seen the musical yet?
I've seen the musical. I think it's fabulous. Anyone here, I totally recommend it. And you got to sit in the first 2 or 3 rows. That's the splatter zone right there. They put garbage bags over it. You're going to get hosed. Like you sitting there right now. Bam! Bobby Joe, get something cut up. The nice thing about the Evil Dead musical, I've seen it done really well, and it was very entertaining. And I've seen it done really poorly, and it was very entertaining. So even if you see it in a crappy little town like Lubbock, or, Dallas, or, any of those little towns in Texas. Anyway, I'm losing my train of thought, but yes, right here.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Now, where the hell are you? I'm pointing down here. For God's sake. I'll get back to you.
Who's your favorite actor and or actress?
My favorite actor is an actor you probably don't know much of. He's old. He's dead. William Holden is his name. He was in my favorite movie, Bridge on the River Kwai, that had a thing called a score, not a soundtrack. It had a thing called themes. And like when they blew up the bridge at the end, and a train went into the river, they just blew up a bridge and the train went into the river. They didn't dick around. There was no digital or schmidgital. They just blew up a bridge and put the train into the water. I like movies like that. They just did it. Let's just do it. What if it doesn't work? Then we're so screwed, but we gotta try and do it. We're just gonna do it. You guys get it? All your cameras get it? Hope so, because we just did it.